So I've registered over 300 companies in CAC, and in this video I'm going to show you my secrets as to how I register company without any queries, without any hassle, in simple steps. So if you're a business owner or you're an entrepreneur but you don't have money or you don't have enough funds to hire an accredited agent but you want to register your company, then this video is for you. I'm going to be sharing my tips and secrets on how I register companies so that you can register company yourself as well. So you want to stay and watch this video to the end. So I'm just going to go over to Google and just click www.corporate affairs commission, which is what I usually do if you're a beginner. And then I'm just going to click the first one that comes up. I'm just going to click it here, Corporate Affairs Commission. It's going to take you to this portal and you're going to do online, click on online registration. Now, the next thing you need to do is if you're just starting, you want to reserve a name. This one, I've already reserved the name and it has already been approved. So if you have like, your own portal, you just come here and click login, which I already have, by the way. And then you just go to your email, and then either you want to use email username if you're an accredited agent, but if you're not, you want to use your email and then click submit. In this video you're not an accredited agent, so you want to open your own profile as using your email. So I'm just gonna go here to reserve because I've already reserved the name and it has already been approved. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to show you how to reserve a name. So I'm just going to click on start registration here, and the first thing it's going to show me is the name of the company, and then it's going to show me the classification. Now in this video I'm going to be using general contracts and general, so it's going to show administrative and support services. So you want to click on if you are doing general contracts or general merchandise, but whatever you're doing, you can always check all the drop downs to ensure you pick the accurate one, because they usually query it if it's not correct. So I'm just going to put general contract here, general contract, and general merchandise. That is, you want to use the first object of the company, so to put the proposed, then you just go here and you just go here and click on email. So what I usually do is I put the email of the company for it to be official. You want to already do an email, but if not, you can use the email of the director to do that. And then you just come here, click the phone number. If the company doesn't already have a phone number, use the director's phone number. It really doesn't mean anything. So I'm just going to type a phone number here, and the state I'm going to put FCT, AMAC, and then city, that's the capital city of the principal address or the registered address of the business. I usually don't put postcode so it doesn't appear funny on the address once it's done. So you want to put the number. Some addresses don't really have proper number, so you can just put, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put number 1 so that it looks like it's an identifiable address. Some people say behind bus stop or behind police station. So what you need to do in that regard is you just put number 1 behind police station. At least it makes it look like a registered address. I'm just gonna type the address here, and then if it has if the address has another head office, then you can fill, but if it doesn't, you want to skip this part and just go to save and continue. And then the next thing you'll see is add objects. This part can be very tricky sometimes, so what I did is I copy and pasted from all the templates that I already have. You want to make sure that you have all your objects, and then you want to make sure that you have put the last object, which is to do all things that are incidental to the main object. And if you want to still make it broad, you can add general objects and contract. After you're done with that, it will show you the witness information, whoever is witnessing. If you're the one that is registering and you're a director in the company, you want to put your name. But because I'm an accredited agent, I'm just going to use my name as a witness for the articles and association. Here I'm just going to type in my name quickly here, and then it's asking for occupation, which is lawyer. You put your email address over here, a valid email address please. And then I'm just going to put legallyjoy here, gmail.com, and then I'm going to add my phone number. After I add my phone number here, I'm going to put my phone number. This might not be the accurate phone number. Yeah, then as it's also going to be requesting, for service address, which is, my address or company address if you're an accredited agent. If you are one of the directors, you want to use the company address as well. Now, you see what I did here. You see that the local government wasn't showing. If you experience this, you want to click on another state, check it to see if it's working, then go back to the original state that you wanted to put. It happens sometimes like this, it hangs, or because of the network or something. Then I'm just going to put, city here. If you did not, if you really didn't get the one for the objects, let me know in the comment. I'm going to do a video on how you can use ChatGPT to get, your objects for registration. So I'm just going to put the street name here, and then after I'm done with that, I'll just go to click on add witness, and then it's going to add an witness. It's going to show down here the name, address, everything. If you want to edit it, you can edit. If you want to delete, you can also delete and change whatever you want to change. And then if you have an article that you already have, you can click on add article. But if you don't and you are a newbie, if you're a newbie here, you want to click adopt default articles. That's the best way to do it. You want to adopt, your default articles over here. After you have done that, you scroll down to the last place, or to the last drop down at the end of the page, right? You're going to go to the end of the page and then click save and continue. There you have it, guys, your witnesses. Then it's going to ask you to add director. In this case, because I'm using it for this video, I'm going to be adding my name as a director. But if you're the one also registering the company and you're the sole director, you know that the newcomer allows for one single director and one single shareholder. Then I'm just going to click here and click date of birth here. Remember that for you to be a director, the person must at least be an adult. You see here that is requesting that I be an adult because the date of birth is showing 2025. So you have to be an adult for you to be able to be a director of a company. No child, only children can only be shareholders, so only directors are allowed. So I'm just going to put the year here quickly, and then I'm going to put gender, nationality, Nigeria, and then I'm going to put my phone number here. You type in your phone number, and then after you're done typing, you type your email as well. You can see that it has like a red tag, meaning that those information that you see has red, those are compulsory informations. That means you must put in those information. So if you're doing this for a client, you want to request all that information. Then the service address here, I'm also going to see that it's not coming up. The local government is not coming up. So I'm going to go back and click Quara and see if it appears. If it appears, I'll go back, click FCT, and then put AMAC. So if you're experiencing that difficulty, you just need to follow these steps, that I followed. And then you're going to put the number. Like I said, if it doesn't really have an identifiable address, what I do is I just put number 1. So you want to do that as well for this, and then you put the address. Now if you look down, you'll see it says use address as residential address. Once you click that, which I'm going to just pull down here now, click it, the address I wrote up is going to show down. So that's very, very easy. And then you also see something here that says make director shareholder. You want to click that. So if this director is a shareholder, you want to click make director shareholder, so you don't have to start typing all over again. And in some cases, some directors may also not be shareholders, so you want to take note of that. Then I'm just going to click here add director. Once I fill in the information, it's going to show here name, telephone, email, and contact address. If it's not correct, you can go ahead and click the edit button and edit the information. If you don't want it at all, you can also go ahead and delete the information if it's not properly accurate. And then if you want to add more directors, you just click on add another director up here. If not, in this case, you just do save and continue once you're done. And then it says here add secretary. In this case, because it's a small company, it's not compulsory that a small company must have a director. So here I'm not going to add any secretary. I'm just going to click on the skip secretary. You see the red button, optional step. So you can click. You must not have a company secretary if it's a small company. And all here is the requirement or the shareholding threshold of the company you want to raise. So you want to look at this information very well to be sure that you are in the correct bracket of the shareholding that you're supposed to be using. So I'm going to close this and come here. Type of company, I'm going to click entity below 5 million shares. That's the first one. And then I'm just going to click you see the amount there, and 1 million shares. So this company is a 1 million share company. So I'm just going to put share 1 million. I'm going to go back. So ordinary shares, please just stick with equity or ordinary shares if you're not really an expert at this. And then you want to come here, put also issued share capital is 1 million. Issued share capital of 1 million divided into 1 unit. Okay, so what you're gonna do is, after you're done with that, you come down here and then you will click add share details, and it's going to show down here what the share details is. If it's not accurate, you can also edit and delete it. Then you can come down here and it's going to say add shareholder. If you have not filled the shareholders information, or in the previous stage you didn't add director as shareholder before, you want to come down to the screen. You scroll down to the last part. You will see the director's information, or hey, you'll see the director's information. See it here. It's going to show initial share. So what I'm going to click is, I'm going to click edit. So once I click the edit button, it's going to show me the information, right, of the director. So what I'm going to do is it shows type of shares, equity shares, and if it's 600, if it's 400, whatever shares of the director, you put it. In this case, because I'm the sole director, I just click on 1 million shares, and then what you're going to do is just add shareholder. As simple and as easy as that. So you've already added. It's going to show the amount here, which is 1 million shares. If it's 200, you put 200. I say just leave this part the way it is. If you don't properly understand this person with significant shares, just leave it the way it is, and then just click save and continue. That's for more complex people. So if you're not an accredited agent, you can skip this part. You'll see the green button up here that says click here to skip. If you're registering the company by yourself, you don't need to fill in this information. But because I'm an accredited agent, right, I can fill that. But for this video, I've skipped it, so for better understanding. So they're gonna request means of identification, signature, and the signature of the directors or shareholders. In this case, because it's only my own, you just click here. If you already have the signature, you can just click. I'm just gonna get my signature from up here, and then I'm gonna add it to the I'm just gonna add it. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find my signature here. I'm just going to add it to the document. So let me just use this as a sample, right? So you see how that signature is. You can just quickly add it to all the places that you're supposed to add the signature. The one for passport, what you do is you merge all the passports together. If there are more than one director and shareholder, you will need to register, or you will need to merge the passport all together. Then I'm just gonna fill in all the signatures here. Yes, good. I'm just gonna fill it here. So any place here in this signature page that you see, yes, that means that information is compulsory. But when you see optional, that means you can skip that part. It's not compulsory. Okay, but when you see yes, that means you must fill it. So I'm just gonna fill in all the required signatures over here. Yes, so we're done with that now. It's going to show 100%. So right here now, you can what I do. So after we're done with that, you can see all the, if it doesn't show a save and continue button, that means there is a document that is required that you're supposed to. You can click here to check what you have uploaded, to be sure that you've uploaded the correct document. You also can click this button. You can click delete. If it's not correct, you can click here to be sure that you've opened the correct doc. So I'm just going to click here to show my signature. Once I'm done with that, I'll come and click save and continue. Then you can see, you know, the details of all preview of the details of all the information that you have checked. So you want to check this very correctly. Check the objects, check everything to be sure that all the information that you want to be in this registration is actually, you know, in this registration. You want to check names of directors, the names of the shareholders, the names of or their shareholdings, just to be proper sure. That place is where the signature is supposed to show. Sometimes it doesn't, probably because of the network. Persons with significant control, you know, are also shareholders. Then you can see presenter here, the one who is registering. So you just click and continue, and then it will take you to the remitter page. You click on the remitter page, and then it will take you directly to the payment portal. You want to know that, you know, you can make payments either by card or by transfer, or by, if you're doing by transfer, make sure you check the account number very, very well and put the actual amount on this page, you know, before you transfer. You know, once you've done that, you know, I'm just going to stop here because you will be required to take you to a page where you have to pay your stamp duties. So after you're done with that, you know, you want to go and pay stamp duties. Once you pay stamp duties, it will also take you to a page like this to pay for your stamp duty. So you will do what you've already done for the payment or the registration. Once you have done that, you know, it will say transaction successful. Sometimes it may show 6 seconds or 5 seconds. You want to go back to try again until you have seen stamp duty paid. Once stamp duty has been paid, then you will go back to your dashboard and see that it's going to show pending approval. So after that is done, guys, you have already registered your business as easy as
Hope you were able to see how to register a company. So if you have any questions or trying to register a company, but you know you run into a roadblock, you want to send me a question, you know, in the comment section. You can also, before you start registration, click on the link in the description and get my free starter packs of how to register your company or the documents that you need to register your company before you start. If you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and put on your notification bell so each time I post a video, you get notified. Thank you guys for watching. Until I see you guys in my next video, have a great one.